August 9th, 1965. A man stood before the cameras and wept. Not from defeat, not from weakness, but because he had just been handed something he never asked for: a nation. Singapore had just been separated from Malaysia, suddenly and unexpectedly, with no army, no water supply, no natural resources, and no guarantee of survival. And Lee Kuan Yew, the man who would have to build it from nothing, broke down in front of the world. The cameras kept rolling. No one believed Singapore would survive. In 1965, the island looked like a nation without a future. Singapore was small, overcrowded, poor. Millions of people were packed into slums and crumbling neighborhoods. There was no oil, no minerals, no farmland. Unemployment was rising. Ethnic tensions between Chinese, Malay, and Indian communities threatened to tear the country apart from the inside. And outside its borders, the region was unstable. Most experts believed Singapore would fail. It simply did not have the ingredients that history said a nation needed to survive. But Lee Kuan Yew looked at that same island and made a decision. Not a speech, not a promise, a decision. Singapore would become something the world had never seen. Great leaders are not created in moments of crisis. They are shaped long before. If you're enjoying this story so far, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is a good time. There's still a lot more to cover. Lee Kuan Yew was born in Singapore in 1923, the grandson of Chinese immigrants who came to the island seeking opportunity. As a young man, he watched British colonial authorities control his homeland. That experience shaped his thinking. He believed Singaporeans should control their own destiny. Lee later earned a scholarship to Cambridge University, graduating with top honors in law. He could have pursued wealth and comfort. Instead, he returned home with a mission. In 1954, he co-founded the People's Action Party, rallying Singaporeans around ideas of self-governance, discipline, and development. He won elections not by making easy promises, but by telling people the difficult truth about what it would take to build a nation. So when Singapore suddenly separated from Malaysia in 1965, Lee Kuan Yew found himself leading a country many believed would collapse. His first battle was not against another country. It was against corruption. At the time, corruption existed across many parts of government: in the police, in the courts, and in the civil service. Lee believed a country could not succeed if its institutions were rotten. So he strengthened Singapore's anti-corruption agency and gave it real power. No one was immune, not ministers, not government officials, not political allies. He also raised salaries for civil servants so they would not be tempted to take bribes. The message became clear: the law applied to everyone. This created something rare in the developing world: a government people could trust. And trust attracted investment. Companies and entrepreneurs from around the world began to see Singapore as a safe and reliable place to do business. But Lee Kuan Yew understood something else. A nation cannot succeed if its people are struggling simply to survive. In the early 1960s, more than half of Singapore's population lived in overcrowded slums. So the government launched one of the most ambitious public housing programs in modern history. Through the Housing and Development Board, hundreds of thousands of modern apartments were built. Families moved from dangerous slums into clean, safe homes. But this policy was not just about housing. It was about ownership. Lee wanted ordinary citizens to own their homes. Because when people own something, they protect it, they invest in it, they feel connected to their country. Today, more than 90% of Singaporeans own their homes, one of the highest ownership rates in the world. Next, Lee asked a powerful question. If Singapore had no natural resources, what resource could it rely on? The answer was simple: people. So Singapore invested heavily in education. Schools improved. Technical training expanded. Universities were strengthened. Scholarships sent talented students to the best institutions in the world, with the expectation they would return and help build their country. Within a generation, Singapore developed one of the strongest education systems in the world. Engineers, scientists, doctors, entrepreneurs, and financiers began to drive the country's growth. By the 1980s, something extraordinary was happening. The small island nation many believed would fail was becoming one of the world's most successful economies. Singapore transformed its harbor into one of the busiest ports on Earth. Its financial district attracted global banks and corporations. Its airport, Changi, would later become consistently ranked among the best in the world. Economic growth surged. In 1965, Singapore's GDP per person was under $500. Today, it exceeds $60,000, higher than many Western nations. This transformation did not happen by accident. It happened because of vision, discipline, and long-term thinking. Lee Kuan Yew refused to accept the limitations others placed on his country. Instead, he turned Singapore's biggest weakness, the lack of resources, into a strength. The nation became completely focused on human excellence, and from that focus came prosperity. But Lee Kuan Yew's story is not just about a country. It is about leadership and choices. Integrity matters. A reputation built on honesty creates opportunities that shortcuts never will. Education matters. The knowledge you gain is one of the few assets that can never be taken away from you. Systems matter. Strong institutions and strong habits create stability and progress over time. And long-term thinking matters. Lee Kuan Yew often made decisions that were unpopular in the short term, but transformative over decades. He focused not on immediate applause, but on lasting results. Lee Kuan Yew served as Prime Minister of Singapore for 31 years. After stepping down, he continued advising the government and leaders around the world. Figures such as Deng Xiaoping, Henry Kissinger, and Barack Obama studied his leadership and sought his insights. Because Singapore had become something remarkable. In just 50 years, a struggling city had turned into one of the most stable, prosperous, and efficient nations in the world. When Lee Kuan Yew passed away in 2015 at the age of 91, thousands of Singaporeans lined the streets, not because they were told to, but because they were grateful. Grateful for the future he helped create. And there is a lesson in that story. Lee Kuan Yew did not succeed because conditions were perfect. He succeeded because he refused to be stopped by imperfect conditions. No resources? Invest in people. Corruption? Eliminate it. Housing shortages? Build systematically. No future? Create one. The principles that helped transform a small island into a global powerhouse are the same principles that can transform lives. Start where you are. Use what you have. Build with integrity. Think long-term. And never stop learning. The world does not need more people waiting for perfect circumstances. It needs more builders. The only question is, are you one of them? This is the World Shapers and Shakers.